Hi, fourth grade. It's Mrs. Brand. I hope you are having a good week, and we are going to be taking a look at Lesson 97. We are getting close to the end of our units of things, so hopefully this will go well and you can understand these concepts. I will go through mean, median, mode, and range. Mean, median, mode, and range. So let's get started and see what all four of these words mean. Okay, so the word mean. You actually learned this concept yesterday. We called it average. And average and mean are exactly the same thing. So to find the mean or average, you blank up all the numbers. What do? Numbers, divide, or add? Hopefully you said the word add. Right, you add up all of the numbers, and then do you numbers by how many or divide by how many? Divide. Good. Divide by how many, and the only word left is numbers, you had. So basically you add up the numbers and divide by the amount of numbers you added up. So let's find the mean of this set of numbers. The mean. We're going to call it the mean now. Same thing as average, but we're going to call it mean just for a mathematical term. Okay, so 14, 26, 39, and 30. So I like to add my numbers up and down like this. It just makes nice columns, and it makes it easier to read and to follow. So we have 6 and 4 is 10, plus 9 more is 19. My 9 goes down, my 1 goes up. Then 1 and 1 is 2, 2 more is 4, 4 and 6 is 10. Again, I'm going to add these. When you have more than one set of data numbers, or you have a lot of numbers in a set of data, you should definitely re-add your numbers just to make sure. So sometimes you can do it in a different order. So this time I'm going to do 9 and 6 is 15, plus 4 more is 19. That's still the same. 3 and 3 is 6, and then 3 more is 9, and 1 more is 10. Okay, so that's correct. So now I take my 109, because if my adding's not correct, I'm probably not going to get the correct mean. Now I divide by the number of numbers I added up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 original numbers in this set of data. Don't get that confused with if you decide to add these two up and get 69, and then add these two up and get 40, and then you add these up, you get 109. It's the same, but I'm not dividing by 2. I had 4 original numbers. That has to be the number that we put outside there, because I had 4 numbers originally. In the set of data, there's 4 numbers. Okay, how many 4s can you get out of 10? 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Sister subtract, we get 2. Bring down our 9. How many 4s can we get out of 29? We can get 7. 7 times 4 is 28. We get a remainder of 1. So 27 and 1/4, or 27 with a remainder of 1. When you do worksheets and things for me, we won't have remainders, but I just want to show you how you can do this, excuse me, if it's not even. If you come up with a remainder, okay, put your remainder on the top of a fraction, and then this becomes the denominator of your fraction, so you have 27 and 1/4. Or you can write it for right now 27 with a remainder of 1. But I'm just going to give you both options so you can see them as we're going. Okay? You did figure out mean or average yesterday, so that is not 100% new concept. But it's a nice review of it following up today. So we add up the numbers, and then we divide by the number of numbers we had. Okay? Next, the median. The median is the middle number. To find the median, I'm going to fill in the blanks here, and then we'll talk about it. To find the median, we write first the numbers in order. Then find the blank number, middle number, or the blank of the two middle numbers, the average of the two middle numbers. Okay? So, middle, right? Median, M-E-D, median. If you think of small, medium, large, it's in the middle. Median means the middle number of a set of data. So sometimes if we have even numbers, there's going to be two numbers in the middle. If we have odd numbers, there's only going to be one number in the middle. So that's why it gives you two choices. For right now in fourth grade, you're going to only have one middle number. But if you have two, I shouldn't say that because sometimes it does come up, two middle numbers, then we can find the average of those two middle numbers, and that's our median. So first step, though, is for the median, is to put our numbers in order. We can put them in order from least to greatest or greatest to least, depending on, I usually do least to greatest. It usually works the best that way. So least to greatest, so 32 looks to be smallest, and then I have a 35, and I have a 36, and I have a 41, then I have another 41. It's important to put all of them in, not just skip the number. If I have two 41s, I need to write down two 41s, not just one. Okay, so I'm going to spread them out a little bit, just so they're easier to read here. Okay, so you see what we did? We put them in order from least to greatest. You guys can do that, no problem. So to find the median, first thing we do is put them in order from least to greatest. There you go. Now the second thing we do is find the middle number or numbers, depending on how many numbers we have. So let's do that. And here we go. So what I do is I pair them off. I pair them off, the least to the greatest, and the second least to the second greatest, the third least to the third greatest, and so on. So what I do is I put them together until I come to the middle. Here's the middle. I have 37 and 41. Now, because I have an even set of data and I have two middle numbers, I have to find the average between those two. I have 78. So 78 divided by two numbers, just like you do when you find an average. You add them up and divide by the number of numbers. It's always going to be by 2 because we're only going to be looking at those two middle numbers if it's an even set of data. If it's an odd set, you're golden. You don't have to do any other computations. But if it's an even set, then we have to add the numbers and divide by 2. So I divide by 2, and when I divide by 2, I get 39, so my median equals 39. Okay? If we were to take one number out of there, so that's what we do if we're going to do it with an even number set of data. So let's take a number out of there and look at it with an odd number set of data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go backwards and clear this out until I have just the, too far. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do this time is, let's just take out one of those 41s. Okay, I'm just going to unlock it. There we go, unlock. And then I'm going to cut it. It's no longer there. Okay? So now, let's move it over just a second here. Move it just a little bit further down. Okay. So now, instead of having 8 numbers, we have 7 numbers. Okay? So let's see what it's like when we have 7 numbers and we need to find the middle number. Okay? median, middle number. And they're all in order, least to greatest. So I'm going to start pairing them off. I pair them off, and look, there's a nice middle number, 37. So my median is 37 then. Okay? That's what we do with the median. We put them in order from least to greatest, and then we find the middle number by pairing them off like that until we get to the middle. That's the median. Okay? Mean, finding the average, just like we've done yesterday. Mean is just the same as average. Median, middle number, just like medium. And now we have the mode. The mode is the most often used number. Most often. Oh, that's terrible like that. Okay. So let's fill this in. To find the mode, put the blank in order. Again, just like we said last time, the numbers in order. Put the numbers in order, then find the number or numbers that appear most often, or often, as our spelling unit said with the silent letters. You can have blank than one mode, more than one mode, or no mode, depending on the set of numbers. Alright, so I give you all three options there, but we're going to look at what is the mode. Okay, so in a mode then, what we need to do is we're going to start by putting them in order from least to greatest. This is the case for mean, or not mean, for mode, median, and range. We want them in order from least to greatest. Okay, so let's put them in order. We start with the, oh, I see a 31. Let's take that 31 and move it down. 33, I see another 33. I see some 34s. We'll put all them in. And then I see a 35, 36, and 37. Alright, like I said, you need to put them in order first. The only time we don't need them in order is when we're finding the mean, or the average. All the rest of the things we're working with, we want them in order from least to greatest. And if I have them 3 times or 4 times, I need to make sure I write them down 3 or 4 times. Just like the set of data shows. Okay, so here's what we have now. Now, we want to find the most often used number. I have 131. I have 3 33s. I have 4 34s. I have one of these. So if I look at what I see the most often, if I see what I see the most often here, I'm going to see that 34 is here 4 times. 33 is there 3 times, 31, 1, and the rest of them 1. So 34 is my mode because it's used most often than any other number. So my mode would equal 34 because I see it the most often. Okay? Alright, let's go to the next page. So mode, most often. MO for most often. Most often seen, the number 34. Range. To find the range of a set of numbers, first put the numbers in order, just like we said before. Then we're going to subtract the largest number from the smallest number. Alright, so let's take a look at all that. We have 36, 37, 32 goes over here, 41 goes here, 49, and 51. Now they're in order from least to greatest. Now I need to subtract. So we're going to go back and we're going to subtract. Okay, so let's do the subtraction. We take our largest number, 51, and we subtract 32 from it. It's a good math lesson here because we have more on the floor, so we have to go next door, cross out that 5, it becomes a 4. We add 10 to what we have here, so it becomes 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. 4 minus 1 is 4 minus 3 is 1. So 19 is our range. It tells me the difference between the largest number we had and the smallest number we had. It shows our range. Sometimes ranges can be huge, sometimes ranges can be small. It depends on what your data is. But it's literally just the largest minus the smallest. That's it. That's what range means. Largest minus smallest. Okay, so far we've had average or mean, where you add up the digits and divide by the number of numbers you had in the data. Median, the middle number, ordering them from least to greatest and finding the middle number. Mode, the most often seen number. And then the range, the largest minus the smallest. Okay, there's one more new vocabulary, and that's called outliers. Outliers are scores or numbers that are far away from most of the others. So all in here, we've got a nice group of numbers that kind of are together. Okay, it could even go further out. There might be one, there might be nothing here, but this is still close together. It's an obvious outlying area, way far away, lies out from everything else. And that's the number 12. So if I asked, is there an outlier, you'd say yes. What is the outlier? The outlier is 12, because there's two 12s over here, so 12 is my outlier. Everything else is nice and bunched up in a cluster like that. They're all clustered together, but then you've got these two out here, so our outlier is 12. It's the number, it's not how many. So is there an outlier? Yes, and the number would be 12. All right, that's just a little tidbit in there. There's not going to be, I don't think there's too much of that. Okay, but we're going to practice. We're going to go through, we're going to do each one of the types of things here, and then be done with our lesson for today. All right, so what is the median of the data? Median is that middle number. That's the first thing I need to do with my data. Hopefully you just answered, put them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to write it out, because when you do this, you'll have to be writing out instead of moving them around the screen. So I'm going to write them out. I have 12. Ooh, that's not a good color. Let's change our color. Alright, not green. Let's do let's try black. Black would be nice on that color. Okay, so I have 12. Why is it still green? Is it not? No. It's being persnickety today. Alright, we're going to change it to the pen then. And we're going to do a skinny font. Come on, change. Why are you not changing for me? Alright, well, we'll see. It's frozen for some reason. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. The joy and the frustration of technology, right? Alright, let's try this with black. Okay, hopefully it works this time. It's coming out green again. For some reason, it does not want to do that. See if we can switch it to a pen and switch it to purple. How about purple? Come on. Let's have a different color. Alright, well, we're doing it in green. I don't like that. Alright, we're going to undo all those numbers there. And I'm just going to take out the background color. And that way we can see it. Alright, so my tricks of the trade you'll see on my thing, right? Okay, now I think we should work just fine no matter what color the pen comes out to be. Right? Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get back to the actual problem. The median, the middle number. So we have 12. I like to cross them out when I use them too, because then I know if I've skipped a number, I can see what number I skipped. That looks like 30, and then 31, and then 36. And also, if there's more than one number, like I just did here, that I made sure that I put them both down. All right, now we've got them in order from least to greatest. 12, 28, 30, 31, 36, 36, 40. We're looking for the median. So we say, okay, this one pairs with that one. This one pairs with that one. This one pairs with that one. And 31 is in the middle. Okay, you can draw the lines, you can cross them out, however you choose to make sure you get to the middle number. Use your fingers, however. The middle number. Alright, so our middle number is 31 because I have 3 on the left and 3 on the right, so that has to be in the middle. What is the mode? The most often seen number. Is there a number that's seen more often than others in there? Yep, that number 36. We see it twice. Every other number we only see once. What is the range? The range, remember, is the largest minus the smallest. So 44 minus 12, and we get 32. So our range is 32. Okay, what is the mean or the average that we have? So we have 12 plus 28 plus 30 plus 31 plus 36 plus 36 plus 44. Okay, now in this situation, I like to take two groups of numbers, add them together, and then go on from there. I don't like to do straight columns with this, just because it does get a little monotonous. So I would do like 12 plus 28, I would do 30 plus 31, I would do 36 and 36, and then the 44 by itself. So I would do answer to this, answer to this, answer to this, and then that, and put them together. But you work with what's best for you. So 10 and 10 is 20, plus 7 is 27. Okay, then I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, and 4 more gives me 21. So I have 217. Now what do I do next to find the mean? I have 217. What do I do to that? Somebody out there said, I divide by the number of numbers. So let's do it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, so I'm going to divide by 7. How many 7s do we get out of 21? 3. We subtract, we have 0 left. We bring down the 7. How many 7s do I get out of 7? 1. 1 times 7 is 7 with nothing remainder, so my mean is 31. My mean, or my average, is 31. Is there an outlier? Is there an outlier? Well, I have a 12 on this end, I have a 44 on this end. But when I look at the difference between where that 12 is closer to 10, which is a lot further away from 28, than if I say 44 is closer to 40, and that's close to 36. So we would say, yes, we have an outlier, and that outlier is 12. Okay? Everything else is kind of bunched in that late 20s to like 40 range. You might even say, I probably would accept if you said, yes, it's 12, and then you might say 40, or if you said 44. Either one of them I would accept as an outlier in this situation, especially as you're just learning things. Okay, so those are the things that we went over: median, mode, range, mean, and outlier. Might want to go over the video one more time or a couple more times to kind of get the ideas down. Like I said, they're new concepts, and look for those little tricks. Median meaning middle, medium, middle. Mode, M-O, most often. Range, biggest minus smallest. Average for mean, and the outlier in the outside part of things. So, guys, have a great day. I can't believe we're almost to the end of the year. Miss you greatly and wish I was teaching you in class this lesson.